I started as a stockbroker in 1992 for a company called Payne Weber. It's now a UBS. And back then in the 90s, it was very difficult to mess up. The bull market was riding very strong, and you felt very successful and confident until, of course, 2000 hit. And then you realized how vulnerable you are as an advisor. I am a baby boomer, and I have the same concerns as any other baby boomer. So just by the natural law of who I am and my age, I migrated to working with people, preparing them for transition into retirement. Over the years, I've tried to transition into working with CPAs, and I never really had a compelling argument or reason for a CPA to work with me. When I started in this industry 20 years ago, you meet with a CPA and say, "Oh, I'm a great financial advisor and you're a great CPA. Why don't we exchange prospects and clients?" And of course, it sounds exciting, but it never really materialized into anything. So over the years, very frankly, I gave up on working with CPAs. I found it very difficult and challenging. When you work with a CPA, they have their agenda, we have our agenda, they're risk averse. One of the big issues with CPAs is their whole life is living in the past. They do last year's tax return, last month's bookkeeping, so they're not forward thinkers. They put very little money into marketing. They're probably not even considered good business people. But what they do, but who they are a trusted advisor for their clients. And that's what makes them very valuable to work with. And if we can create that synergy, then definitely, a good financial advisor working with a good CPA with the goal, obviously, of helping the client, that is really the key to a successful relationship. So I discovered a system of working with CPAs a few years ago, and it was better than anything I ever saw, but it still felt like it was missing something. And then I discovered the CPA Team Advisor Program, and I joined the program about 8 months ago, and what a world of difference. You guys have done the heavy lifting for us. You've created systems and processes, and very frankly, you've made it very easy for me as an advisor to reach out to CPAs with a message that is timely and important, and the results have been fantastic. If I have to rate a CPA team-based model on a scale of 1 to 5, I have to give it a 5. You guys have done a great job in helping me understand the CPA, how they think, how they process information, what are the issues that are important to them, and that's allowed me to look at the world not from my side but from the CPA side. And as a result of that, I'm a much more powerful advisor, and because I understand what they're going through, and that puts them at ease. It makes me feel more confident, and overall it leads to a very positive relationship. Certainly finding a niche is really very, very important for all advisors who are in our practice. Working with the CPA is, I believe, one of the most powerful alliances you can form. And the reason I say that is common sense says that tax rates are going to continue to rise. And if you go back to the 50s, 60s, the highest tax rate was in the 70 percentile. So will we ever get that high? I don't know, but we're certainly going to go higher than where we are. So working with a CPA and a client to reduce taxes, to minimize taxes, to have a holistic approach to their own personal lives is the most powerful thing we can bring. And for a young advisor to grasp this, to realize how powerful this is, I wish I was 30 years old knowing what I know today. I could work probably real hard for 10 years and never have to work a day in my life again. And so I would urge any young person to really find a niche, and certainly I think the CPA niche is the most powerful and #1 niche you can develop.